In today's lesson, you will learn how to calculate simple interest. Your learning target is, I can use the simple interest formula to solve a variety of problems set in real-world contexts. The simple interest formula is right here. It says the I, meaning the interest, equals the principal times the rate times the time. Now you'll notice I for interest, we already talked about that, but a principal, when we're talking simple interest, that is the amount either borrowed or loaned. So you might borrow if you're taking out a loan or you're using a credit card, or maybe you are providing the loan. And so the principal is the amount of money we're talking about. All right, then we have the rate, and we're going to use the decimal form. So remember, we practiced how to change percents into decimals. The reason we're going to do that is because not everybody has those fancy schmancy calculators, and so everybody has a decimal key, not everybody has the percent key. And then finally, we are going to do T, and that is the time, but you have to be really careful. You are having to talk about years. So if I give you something in months, we're going to have to convert it. Let's start with this problem. I believe this is the problem that I gave you on your note page for your interactive notebook. So it says Brandon found a bank offering a certificate of deposit that pays 4% simple interest. He has $1,500 to invest, and I want to know how much interest he will earn in first 3 years. All right, I'm going to do this problem down here. So my interest formula, I equals the principal times the rate times the time. So I'm just going to start plugging in my numbers. My principal is the amount of money, so we know that's $1,500. The rate is 4%, but we're going to write that as a decimal. So if you remember, that's 0 and 4/100ths, and the time in years is 3. So you'll just pick up your calculator and you will type in 1,500 times 0.04 times 3 and hit enter, and the interest he will earn is $180. All right, well, let's see how that's going to change when we're talking about 30 months. I'm still going to use the same formula. The principal times the rate times the time. And the principal hasn't changed. That's $1,500. And the rate as a decimal hasn't changed, 0 and 4/100ths. But the problem with this 30 months right here is that I have to have it in years. So if I give it to you in months, you're going to take however many months I gave you and divide by 12. So go ahead and do that for me. Take 30 divided by 12. I'll wait. And I think what you're going to end up with is 2 and 5/10 years. So down here, we're going to put in 2 and 5/10 years. All right, that's the only difference. So pick up your calculator and take 1,500 times 4/100ths times 2 and 5/10. And the interest he would earn in 30 months is $150. All right, let's try this one. An office manager charged $425 of office supplies on a charge card with an interest rate of 9.9%. How much will the end of the month bill be if he makes no other charges on the card? All right, so the way this is going to work is the end of the month bill is going to be a combination of this $425 and the interest for that month. So let's start just by finding the interest. So we know that's principal times rate times time. He charged $425. That's my principal. The rate is 9.9%, but I want that as a decimal. So that's 0.099. Now we're talking 1 month. Let me do some work down here. 1 month. We need that as a year. So remember I told you anytime I give you months, I want you to divide by 12. So go ahead and pick up your calculator and take 1 divided by 12. And you're going to get, oh my goodness, this really long decimal. It's going to go forever and ever and ever. All right, so let's make a decision right here. Anytime we're dealing with 1 month, we will always use 0 and 800ths as our time, always. So you might want to write that down so that you remember that will always be. All right, so I'm going to put that time up here, 0.08. Go ahead and calculate that. I'll wait for you. All right, so I think what you ended up with was $3.37 in interest. But remember at the very beginning, I said the way that this works is, and I'm going to come up here to the top, the office manager has to pay the $425 he charged and the interest that accrued for that month. So the monthly bill will be $428.37. Okay, I want you to try this one without me, and then you can come back and check. So it says Nicole needs to borrow $1,250. And we want to know, is it better for her to get a loan where she'll pay 9% interest but pay it off in a year? Or should she charge it to her credit card? And her credit card is going to charge 15%, but she's going to pay it off in 6 months. So what you're going to do is you're going to figure out how much she would have to pay to get the loan and how much she would have to pay to put it on her credit card. And then whichever one you think is the better deal, when you've decided that, I want you to come back to me. Okay, let's do the loan up here. So my formula is interest equals principal times rate times time. So if she takes a loan out, she will pay an extra amount in interest. We're going to find that by taking $1,250, her principal. The rate on the loan is 9%, so that's 0.09. And she's going to take it out for 1 year. So by taking out the loan, she's going to pay an extra $112.50. All right, let's do the credit card at the bottom. The interest she'll have to pay if she puts it on her credit card, she still has $1,250 that she's borrowing. The credit card is going to charge 15%, so that's how that looks as a decimal. And you can't put a 6 here. It's not 6 years, it's 6 months. So here's my little thinking bubble. Take 6 divided by 12, remember? So we have half a year. And so if she puts it on her credit card, she will pay an extra $93.75. So whichever deal she goes with, she has to repay the $1,250. But would it be better for her to pay an extra $112.50? Or would it be better to pay an extra $93.75? Well, I think the winner would be you want to pay back less money. So on this one, she would want to put it on her credit card. On a side note, let's think about this. If you are paying something back, you want to have the least amount to pay back. So I'm going to put this over to the side. If you're paying something back, that's payback, You want to have the least amount of money to pay back. If, on the other hand, you are earning money, like you have a certificate of deposit or you have a savings account, obviously you want to earn the most amount of money. So you have to pay attention to the situation you have. If you are paying back money, look for the lower price. And if you're earning money, look for the higher price. Okay, the lesson is over. It's now time to show me what you can do. So you're going to set up your paper with answers on the left, work on the right. You're going to turn this in tomorrow at the beginning of class. So video question number 1 says, Mrs. Hanover borrows $1,400 at a rate of 5.5% per year. How much simple interest will she pay if it takes her 9 months to repay the loan? Stop me, work it out, come back when you're ready for question 2. Video question number 2 says, Laura borrowed $2,000 from her credit union to buy a computer. The interest rate is 9% per year. How much interest will she pay if it takes 15 months to repay the loan? Stop me to work this out, and then when you're ready to come back for question 3, turn me back on. Video question number 3 says, Alma charged a $30 handbag to her credit card with an interest rate of 8%. How much will her bill be at the end of the month if she does not make any more charges? Pause me while you work this out. When you are ready for video question number 4, come back. All right, video question number 4. Which is the better deal? Should Audrey save her $3,500 work bonus in a CD that pays 10% interest for a year and a half, or a savings account that pays 4% interest for 5 years? And tell me why you made that decision. Pause me. Come back when you're ready for the last question. All right, last problem. Video question number 5. Which is the better deal? Should Matt borrow $15,000 for a new car through the dealership, which would charge him 5% interest for 48 months, or his credit union, which will charge him 3.5% for 60 months? And make sure you tell me why you made that choice. When you are all done, this paper is going to get turned in to me tomorrow, so hold on to it until then.